has 12 men in it, and of course these competitors do make up, some of the competitors that compete in boat, board and ski and swim, and some of them make up the older type competitor that
I think we have to say these days, John, they have 12 competitors. We're so often saying men, but have men and women.
Yeah, that's true. And but 12 of them, and a lot of them made up of the administration side of the surf club, and they...
The 6 crews moving into the water for the final of the junior boat race, and in the foreground we have Warriewood from New South Wales, the white boat of City of Perth from Western Australia. Also on the white boat is North Stane in position number 3, that's the next one. Then Queenscliff in 4, North Caloundra from Queensland in 5, and Austin Mere from the south coast of New South Wales in station 6 at the far end.
Well, the conditions are ideal for these boat crews. The starter is having a look out there. The tide has come in, and of course they're starting right on the edge of the beach. It's a chop, and the guns in the air. The starter has started, all the crews, and we note that the sweep is pushing them out into the water. Probably the best of the break would be Warriewood, right down on the right-hand side, and they're right out into the bank area now, and rowing very strongly. So it's Warriewood doing a very, very good job there, and very short way to go to clear it. One wave to go through to clear the break. A lot of problems for the crews on the left side, particularly for Austin-Mere, who've got a lift, but Warriewood are in the green water, as is all the crews now on rowing out to the sea. Of course, 600 metres out, 600 metres back, there's a long way to go. The wind here will cause some difficulty for the crews as they proceed out to the sea, and the sweep will position them according to the wind and the chop on a return back to the beach. Getting the best of the break now would be Warriewood and Queenscliff from New South Wales, both strong crews, and of course both coming right through and doing a job as they proceed to the buoys.
And there's a view from the seashore showing out there how far this is. It's quite a long row, and at the moment the crew third from the left-hand side would be Queenscliff from New South Wales, and they would be in front. But unusual to see adjacent clubs in Queenscliff and North Stane both on that Manly beach rowing beside each other in an Australian final.
Yes, and of course it's very breezy out there for them. We can see the chop, the way it undulates in the water, and of course you can see the boats, which are, besides going up and down in the rock motion, are rolling a little bit too. Notice the Queenscliff crew there rowing very, very strongly, and the way the sweep and the stroke are driving, second stroke bowman and second bowman, the combination of power and rhythm is very, very good. Here we see the turning buoys now. The first one is a yellow buoy. Of course, that will be turned by Austin-Mere. That's not in our picture yet, but at the moment we can see Queenscliff, who are slightly in front in this junior boat final. Queenscliff are a strong crew from the northern suburbs of Sydney, and they've been competing very, very well. They're positioning themselves for the red buoy, and we'll watch very carefully as they come up to their buoy ready for the turn. Now have a look at the work of the crew as they turn the buoy. It's Queenscliff and of course Warriewood, who are right up there with them too, and nothing separating these two crews. Probably the first in was Queenscliff. The second one to come out would be Warriewood first. They're clean. And have a look at the position. Now, the way the crews are rowing at the moment is not a direct route back to the beach, because they're, as I said before, picking up the wind and the chop to give them every assistance possible. They're running on it. They're on about a 30-degree angle coming back to the beach, trying to get every assistance possible. Every one of the crews are doing this, so there's no crew is hindering the other. And of course, at the moment, it's probably Warriewood who's got the best of the turn. Picked up a nice little chop there and is just running a little bit in front of Queenscliff, with about 150 metres to go before they can get any assistance at all from the chop or the sea, just having the wind and the swell out there to assist them. Warriewood's getting the best of it, but it could change as it gets close to the edge, because when you get to the edge it's very choppy water with broken waves, there's a gutter and a bank, and of course the finishing mark's in a very good position. But the crews are in a situation where they can get every assistance from away. Now they're starting to get into the position where the chops are getting a little bit higher, and you can see Warriewood starting to run high. And look how the sweep has got his oar right up to get as much of the boat running on top of the chops as possible. But there we see the leader at the moment, the Warriewood crew, putting in the long ones. They've opened up a boat length and a hard from Queenscliff. They're coming through very nicely. In the middle is the crew from the City of Perth, who are moving right up on Queenscliff. But they're coming through at the rate of knots. There's this crew from Warriewood. They're into the area now where they should get the assistance from this little chop, because if they don't get it, Behind could be a chop that can pick up the rest of the crew. And there we see Warriewood picking up that little chop as it came through. They should be able to hold this right through to the finishing line. They're right in the broken water area. There's no boats out there. There's going to be any concern to this crew. And what a tremendous row. Warriewood, who positioned themselves well on the way up to the buoy, sitting just behind Queenscliff, got a beautiful turn at the buoy, used every bit of seamanship to return back to the beach and cross the line first in this junior boat finals of Australia. A great run for City of Perth in second place, and have a look at the change here. City of Perth sweepers jumped out of the boat to try and push his crew across, but coming through on the inside, not making that mistake, will be Queenscliff, and I suggest Queenscliff will be in second place and City of Perth in third position.
And first in the junior boat race was Warriewood, New South Wales, City of Perth and Western Australia second, and Queenscliff, New South Wales third.